Okay, let's just get right into it. The world of work is going through, honestly, its biggest shakeup in 100 years. The ground is literally shifting under our feet. We're moving away from the old school office to a future that's flexible, it's remote, and it's powered by this incredible global network of talent. And if you want to navigate this new world, well, you're going to need a whole new way of thinking.
You know, at the very heart of this huge shift is a really simple human truth. Maya Angelou just nailed it with this quote. In a world full of remote teams and Zoom check-ins, that feeling of connection, of being seen and valued, that's not a nice to have anymore. It's become the absolute key to making any of this work.
And that, right there, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? When you can't just bump into someone in the hallway or grab coffee, how do you actually build trust? How do you inspire people to do amazing work? How do you build a career for yourself? That is exactly what we are going to break down today. So, first up, let's just try to get our heads around the sheer scale of this thing. Because this isn't some small ripple we're talking about. This is a full-on tidal wave, and it's completely reshaping how we all work.
Take a look at this number, $873 billion. No, that's not the latest tech company IPO. That's the projected size of the global gig economy. It's an economic force that's quickly becoming a fundamental part of how business gets done.
And this isn't some prediction about the distant future. It's already here. The data shows that a whopping 70% of small and mid-sized businesses are already using freelancers. This has officially moved from a fringe idea to the absolute mainstream.
But all this rapid change, it's created a massive problem. We're calling it the leadership gap. See, the old playbook, command and control, top-down management, it just falls apart when your team is spread across different time zones, maybe even different continents. Traditional management training was never built for a world where trust and empathy are your most critical leadership tools.
Okay, so if the old rules are broken, what are the new ones? Well, the answer really demands a huge shift in how we think. It's about moving away from just managing tasks and moving toward truly inspiring people.
This really gets to the heart of it. A manager, they direct and control. They're focused on the what. But a true leader, they inspire and they serve. They focus on the why. They empower their team to do their best work because they want to, not because they're being told they have to. It's a world of difference.
So how do you actually do that? It all starts with the way you talk. First, you've got to shift your language. So instead of asking, "Are we ready?" try asking, "What else do we need to be ready?" See the difference? It invites people in. Second, talk less so you can listen more. A great leader makes sure they aren't the one doing all the talking. They create space for everyone's voice to be heard. And third, always be asking why. Connecting those day-to-day tasks to a bigger purpose, that's the fuel for motivation.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. This is the essence of what's called servant leadership. Your success as a leader isn't measured by what you accomplish. It's measured by your ability to create a place where other people can accomplish great things.
But look, it's not just leaders who need to change their game. The individual worker is evolving too. In this new economy, a whole new type of professional is popping up. And understanding this model is going to be crucial for building a successful career from now on.
So, say hello to the Flex Pro, the flexible professional. This is basically the next evolution of the freelancer. They're defined by their super specialized skills, they're fluent in using tools like AI to make their work even better, and they have this amazing ability to just plug into a project and make a huge impact right away.
So, how do you become one of these Flex Pros? Well, it starts with a couple of big mindset shifts. First, you can't just be a passive consumer of information anymore. To really build your personal brand and show people what you're capable of, you have to become a producer, sharing your insights, writing, creating things that prove you know your stuff. And the next big shift is this. You have to stop just listing your skills and start demonstrating your impact. I mean, it's not enough to say, "I'm a great project manager." You have to show the value you actually create. Don't say, "I manage social media." Say, "I grew their engagement by 30%, which led to a 10% jump in sales leads." Now that gets you noticed. So to really thrive, every Flex Pro needs this toolkit. You need a personal brand that shares what you know. You need to get to know your client's mission, like really know it. You have to commit to always be learning to stay ahead of the curve. And this one is huge. You have to master your own energy. Because in this flexible new world, avoiding burnout is what keeps you creative and effective. Okay, so we've looked at the new rules for leaders and the new model for professionals. But what's the glue that holds all of this together? Well, it all comes down to one really powerful idea. And there's this great story about the architect Antoni Gaudí that just illustrates it perfectly.
So I want you to picture two bricklayers. They're working side by side on some construction site. They're doing the exact same job under the exact same hot sun. But one guy is miserable. He's grumbling, just going through the motions. The other guy, he's happy, he's humming a little tune, working with this real sense of joy.
The architect, Gotti himself, walks up to that first unhappy worker and he asks him, "What are you doing?" And the guy barely even looks up. He just grumbles, "I'm laying down these stupid bricks." His entire focus is just on that one boring, repetitive task right in front of him.
So Gaudi walks over to the second worker, the happy one, the one who's singing, and he asks him the exact same question. What are you doing? What do you think his answer was?
He looks up, he smiles, and he says with this incredible pride in his voice, "I'm building a cathedral." Same job, same bricks, totally different perspective. He wasn't just doing a task. He knew he was a part of something so much bigger than himself.
And that, right there, is the ultimate question for every single one of us in this new world of work. Doesn't matter if you're leading a team or working as a Flex Pro, are you just focused on laying the next brick, finishing the next task, answering the next email, or do you see how your little piece of the puzzle connects to building a cathedral?
Because that's really what this all comes down to. In this future that we're building, a future of flexibility and technology and connection, purpose is the thing that matters most. So the real question I want to leave you with is this: what cathedral will you help build?